In this video, I'm going to be showing guys the best ways to be making MT right now in Season 7 in NBA 2K23 Myteam. Let's just get right here into the video of how to make MT in Season 7. And the first thing I do want to talk about is going to be sniping, because there is some really easy and simple snipe filters to make you guys a decent amount of MT. So the first one is set your filter to Galaxy Opal for the color, and then try to find the cheapest Galaxy Opal in the game. So right now, I think it's about 4,700, around that kind of price range. What you guys can do is see the cheapest Galaxy Opal is around 4,600. So what you can do is set your filter to anything probably below, anything just under 4,000 MT. Like I would probably do somewhere in like the 3,800 range, because anything you get is going to be a snipe, and you can set it as low as you want for how much profits. You can set it all the way down to 2,500, so every snipe you get is going to be a decent amount of profit. But I would just set it to this. You're going to make a decent amount of profit. There's a lot of snipes that do come up with this filter. It's probably one of the more consistent filters, I will say, in the game, and you do see a decent amount of snipes on this filter. Some can be a lot of profit and some can be pretty decent. So I would set your filter to around this. Just go maybe like 1,000 below, or maybe even a little bit less than that, and then just see what snipes you can get. And that's a decent way to make some MT. And then the same thing, but for the dark matter filter, is just going to be finding what is the cheapest dark matters in the game and doing the dark matter lowest. So if I'm correct, I think it's around 30k potentially, or I forgot that there's Evo, so you might have to buy a couple of these like lower tier dark matters to do the filter properly. Like you might have to buy dark matter Desmond Bane and Jalen Brunson and then do the enable filters. What you can do is you buy Jalen Brunson, you buy Desmond Bane, and then you set this filter right here to enable. And that means if you have Bane and you have Jalen Brunson in your collection and it's enabled, that means those cards won't show up. And then you can set your filter to try to find the cheapest dark matter besides those two cards, and then you just set it to the cheapest, and you can get a lot of really good dark matter snipes. As you can see, the only two cheap dark matter is Desmond Bane. Tyrese Maxey is about 20k, so you can buy him as well. So for this filter, it's going to cost a little bit of MT to actually get started, because you do have to buy a couple of these playoff dark matters. But it's the same concept, where after you buy those ones, you set your filter to enable. You just want to find the cheapest dark matter in the game, and then you can obviously just sit on a filter like maybe 5,000 MT lower, and then just keep sniping. And I've seen some people get some pretty decent snipes on the dark matter lowest. So those are just quick two filters that I think are also very solid. And another one that I think is pretty good is actually the Unfuego dark matter filter. So what you guys can do is set your filter to the Unfuego set, and then you go to the dark matter color. And what you can do is, my controller's bugging right now, but you can see what you want to do is you want to find the cheapest dark matter and the Fuego set. I think it's around 35k for Joe Johnson. And what you can do is just sit on this filter, and you can actually make a decent amount of MT, because people throw up these cards for fairly cheap. It's going to be actually a little bit lower now, maybe around like 30k. Yeah, maybe around 30k for Joe Johnson. And then once again, you just set your filter for lower, and then you can just constantly keep sniping, for these cards. I'm not the biggest fan of sniping, where I don't personally snipe too much, but it is a great way to make some MT. So as you guys can see, about 28,000 is going to be the lowest. I would probably set your filter for anything under 25,000 just to make a decent amount of profit. Maybe set it, if the lowest is like 28.5, maybe set your filter for just around 25k. And now you sit on this filter, you can see a Jonathan Isaac. You can definitely get a James Harden. That's going to be some really good profit. And then if you snipe this for 25, let's say it's a Pau Gasol and he sells for 30k, you can list him up for 29,950, and then you'll make a decent amount of profit. So I'm not personally the biggest fan of sniping. I would rather play the game and make MT that way and do other stuff. But this is, if you do like sniping and you have the patience to do so, these are some just really basic, don't have to spend a ton of MT to do so. That dark matter filter, the dark matter lowest, you do have to buy a couple cards to enable the filter, but I think these are really basic and decent amount of ways to make MT right now in Season 7. Once again, I'm not the biggest fan of it personally, but I know a lot of you guys do like to snipe, and I think those are three really good filters. And the next thing I do want to talk about is going to be, in my opinion, the best way to make MT if you guys have stuff already in your collection, and that's going to be selling everything you have. Because if you guys have played the game like me for pretty much the entire year and you have a lot of stuff just sitting in your collection, like I still have tons and tons of historic uniforms. Like I've gone through and sold a good amount of them. I still have tons of badges and logos and stuff like that, shoe boosts, and this is all stuff that you guys can go ahead and sell. And I know it might not seem like a lot right away. Like if you're looking at Silver Acrobat, right, it might not seem a lot if you sell the badge for 500 MT, but that adds up a lot over time. And I think if you guys already have stuff in your collection, the best thing to do is mainly go through and sell all your badges, because You know, some of these still have decent value, like silver drop stepper right here. You can easily sell for 1,000 MT. So I just made 3K right there. If I go list those up, you look at post pink technician, you can maybe sell that for 400 MT. It doesn't seem like a lot at first, but if you just go through your badges collection, guys, and if you have a lot, like if you have over like 50, 60 badges, trust me, go through and just sell everything. Don't even worry if you're not selling each badge for 5,000 MT. Just go through, see what the lowest is, go list that, and do that for every single badge in your collection. And if you have over 50 to 60 badges saved up, you can probably make anywhere from around like 50 to 100,000 MT very, very easily, depending on what type of badges you have. For example, you know, this guard up is actually fairly expensive. Like I didn't really check the price. What was it, like 3,000? I think was the lowest, like 3,900, 3,800, 20. So yeah, 2,000 MT you can probably sell this for. So once again, you send it to your auction house and then you go list it up, you know, for like 2,000, maybe a little, even a little bit lower, you know, just so it sells pretty quickly. You can go ahead and do this, and now you just made almost 2,000 MT. These drop steppers, where I believe are on 1,000 MT, so I'll just do 950. And once again, this is super fast and easy ways to make MT if you guys do already have these in your collection. I know a lot of people do just have badges and they're being super lazy, and I'm super lazy with it too, so it's not necessarily a bad thing because I'm super lazy with selling my stuff as well. But that goes for everything, goes for historic uniforms, goes for logos, goes for everything in the game. Just go through and sell everything. This Bucks floor, 2,000 MT, go list it up for 950. It definitely will sell eventually, and that's about 1,000 MT that you didn't have before. So if you go through and do this, I mean, in the past I made a video on this where I think I made like over 500k. Now this is when I had a lot of stuff in my collection, but I made like over 500,000 MT in a couple of days from selling everything I had, all of my badges, all my diamond shoe boosts, you know, all my historic uniforms. Like I think I've built up a couple, you know, more. I think I built up a couple more diamond shoe boosts that I can go ahead and sell, like perimeter defense, block. The really good ones are the, you know, athleticism ones, like the speed with ball, acceleration. Those still sell for a decent amount. I think like lateral quickness is pretty good as well. Strength might be solid, because a lot of cards do need strength upgraded. Lateral quickness I know always sells for a decent amount, and once again, it's not going to be what it used to be. These shoe boosts used to go for like 5,000-10,000 MT when I was selling them, and that's how I made like 500k. But still, go through and just sell everything you have. I think if people already have a lot of stuff in their collection, you know, a bunch of diamond shoes, like this is easily the best way to make MT in the game. It just takes time to do so, and it's definitely very tedious and very boring. But in my opinion, I'd rather do that than snipe. And if you guys already have stuff in your collection, I think even selling your old like season 1, season 2 cards that you can actually sell. For example, this gold Anthony Davis still probably sells for like 2,500. You know, LaMelo Ball, his gold card still probably sells for 2,500. And you can just go through, like you look at gold Kawhi, he might still sell for 1,500, right? You just go through all of your sets, and if you guys have some cards lying around, just go through and sell everything in your collection that you're not using. And trust me, unless you just started playing the game a couple weeks ago, if you've been playing for over a month and you don't constantly keep selling stuff out of your collection, you'll have so much just random stuff built up in your collection that you can go ahead and sell. And I think if you guys have that, I think it's one of the best ways. Yes, it's tedious, yes, it's boring, but I do think it's one of the best ways to make MT in any season, but especially season 7. So the next thing I do want to talk about is going to be very simple, and that's just going to be getting these free promo packs that do drop every single content drop. Yes, it's not guaranteed MT, because sometimes you get good pulls, sometimes you get bad pulls, but you can still always make, you know, a decent amount of MT from these packs. What you guys want to do is go to your challenges screen, go to your skills challenges, and you can see right here, the En Fuego pack has dropped since it dropped on Friday. What you got to do is these 2 really simple, easy triple threat challenges on semi-pro difficulty. Just win the game on both of those. And then the final challenge is score 25 points as a team and in a 5-minute quarter game. But as soon as you score 25 points, the game does end right away. And then you get that free pack, and it is auctionable. So you can pull something really good. I've seen people hit really good dark matters out of these free packs. I've hit some really good pulls. I pulled a playoff James Harden on someone else's account when I did one of these pack openings where I opened up these promo packs, and I pulled playoff James Harden before he got the dark matter evo, and he sold for 600,000 MT. Now, are you going to get that pull every single time? Obviously not, but every single content drop, they do drop these promo packs for very easy challenges, and I would just make sure you guys keep up to date and keep doing the challenges. There are also some promo packs you can earn from game modes like co-op in the top right. You can see after every single co-op game, you have a chance to get a Fuego pack, to get a generational pack, and also dark matter Rick Smith. There's also also some packs, I believe, in the level up pass. There's some pretty good all NBA or all-time playoff packs, or all-time packs, I should say. Those are really good for making MT. And then I believe there's a promo pack, yeah, interdimensional one at level 31. And then also, if you go to your challenges screen, you go to spotlight challenges, you go to season 7 rewards, and you do scroll down to the level 30 Marquise Johnson. Once you complete this challenge, you do get another Fuego pack. So that's another great way to make some decent amount of MT, and you might get lucky. Probably won't get lucky, but you definitely could, and you could pull something really good. And even if you don't, you pull a couple cards from a promo set, you can still make a decent amount of MT, and they're super easy to obtain. And if you guys like opening up packs, it's a good way to get some free packs in the game. And then one of the last things I do want to talk about, two more things actually real quick. There's a lot of methods you can actually do, but a quick thing is in these pickup challenges, not gonna make you too crazy amount of MT, but this is daily, and I think it's a cool thing that everybody should do. Is every single day you play this game on semi-pro difficulty. It's really good for getting your XP done if you still have challenges to do, and you do get an ascension board that does go for a dark matter Devin Booker, and it's just a decent amount of way to make MT. And you can also go for that dark matter Devin Booker, and it does reset every single day. So that's something I'd recommend doing. Another thing is going to be two different game modes that I think are the best for getting MT. The first one is Triple Threat Online. There's just so much MT on wheel spins, or not wheel spins, on the boards, you know, 750, 250, 3000 once you get to the top. You also have a chance to get a playoff pack, to get an elemental pack that has some value. You can get some diamond shoe boosts, you know, even you get badges out of this stuff, you get mystery players. There's just so much MT to be made in Triple Threat Online. And then also unlimited. I think once you get up in the, you know, the win total, you get up in the points total, like you can start making a good amount of MT. 20k right here, right? You get a 10 pack box that you can sell all the cards from. You might be able to sell this stuff as well. 20,000 MT, you know, 25k. You get this Galaxy Opal Bill Sharman coach who goes for right now, I think, over 100,000 MT, and you can go ahead and sell that coach. Yes, you have to play a lot of games. Yes, it does take a long time to do so, but if you get up to Bill Sharman, you can sell him right now for easily 100,000 MT, and he's a really good Galaxy Opal coach that will probably hold value the entire season. So like 25k, like there's just so many great ways to make MT by playing the game in Unlimited and TTO Online. And then the last thing I did want to talk about quickly is going to be the shoe method. I actually just want to check because sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not the best. But if you look at shoe cards, you just want to find what is the cheapest shoe card right now. And yeah, so right now probably isn't the best time to do this, but I have different videos on this, so I'll leave a link to that in the description down below. But this is a solid way to make some MT, is with these shoe cards. Basically, you go to your collection and you find shoe colorways, right? You set this card type to shoe colorway, and then you want to start off with the bronzes. And then what you do is you customize the shoe, you put a bronze shoe boost on it, and now you've just made a shoe card. So there's shoe colorways and shoe boosts. You put those two things together, and then you get something called a shoe card. And these sell pretty consistently for like 300 to 400, even on days where it's not an XP challenge. And then there's also some days where these are XP challenges and they go for like crazy amounts of MT. But that's 300 MT that I just had sitting in my collection. Right, you can do that 10 times. Now you've made 3,000 MT. You do it 100 times. Now you made 30,000 MT. So there's a lot of just different ways to make a decent amount of MT. There's no like crazy MT making method where you're gonna make like millions of MT, hundreds of thousands, besides maybe sniping. But I do think like putting all these stuff together, right? The Opal Lows filter, the Dark Matter Lows filter, the Dark Matter and Fuego set. You can do that for every single content drop from probably now on. Selling everything, free promo packs, the shoe method I just talked about, T2 Online Unlimited, daily, the daily Booker thing, the Ascension, right? All of that stuff is really, really good and just adds up to be making a decent amount of MT in Season 7. If you guys have any questions of what I did explain, just let me know those questions down below, and I'll get to answer all of your guys' questions. And also, if you guys have any other MT methods that maybe I didn't go over in this video, let each other know in the comment section down below. Just here to help each other out, and hopefully this video to help you guys out, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.